Exorcism. Exorcism is the practice of casting out demons, or even Satan himself, from a person they are believed to have strongly influenced or physically possessed. Exorcism is practiced in several religions, but is best known in the West in a Christian context. According to the Christian Bible, demons are fallen angels that have been cast out of heaven to the earth, and whose judgment is eternal torment. While demons have been sentenced, their punishment won't be carried out until the end times. Presently, demons oppose God and believers in subtle and occasionally in extreme ways, like possession. According to Orthodox Christian theology, exorcism is a debated topic even among devout Catholics, Protestants, and Orthodox believers. On one end of the spectrum, some believe that exorcism should be a regular practice of Christian ministries. On the other end of the spectrum are those who believe that the term demons, as used in the Bible, is nothing more than an outdated way of trying to understand physical or psychological abnormalities. Yet there are many Christians who hold to a view between these two understandings, believing that demons exist and obstruct God and his people, but don't think possession is often responsible for life's difficulties. What is an exorcist? An exorcist is a Christian authority figure, frequently a Catholic priest, who has been identified as having unique spiritual gifts which enable him to successfully perform exorcisms. The Roman Catholic Church has established an ecclesiastical position for exorcists, yet there are Christian ministers who are neither Catholic nor priests who perform exorcisms as well. Exorcists may also receive training through seminary or mentorship programs. Christian ministers who perform exorcisms are often given guidelines for discerning when an exorcism is best course of action. Their assessment often involves an examination and interview of the allegedly afflicted person. If it is determined the hardship is psychological or physical in nature, exorcism is bypassed in favor of other treatment. Christian leaders who consider demonic possession as a realistic prognosis and exorcism as a realistic remedy do not ignore psychological or physiological explanations. Yet, if it is discerned that the best explanation for the matter is demonic influence, an exorcism is planned. What happens at an exorcism? Formal exorcists often receive extensive training and teaching as well as oversight from an experienced minister. An exorcist's training involves significant amounts of communication, as in what prayers to say and when speaking to God, what words to say directly to the afflicted person, and in some cases what to say to demons. Some exorcists incorporate crucifixes and other Christian symbols, as well as reading from the Bible. Nearly all exorcists evoke the name of the God of the Bible and Jesus Christ. Some outside the Protestant Christian tradition also evoke the names of various saints. Less common are those exorcists who evoke the name of angels to help in an exorcism. Rituals vary depending on the exorcist and the person believed to be possessed. Exorcisms may be considered successful after one session. Other exorcisms take countless sessions, sometimes spanning years before they are considered successful. What is believed about the influence or the possessed? There is a significant debate in Christian theology concerning the extent to which a Christian can be influenced or possessed by an evil spirit. The Bible teaches that the Holy Spirit indwells believers. Some understand to create a barrier within the believer that demons cannot penetrate to the degree of possession. Others suggest that through behavior such as habitual sin or occult activity, demons may possess a believer. Exorcisms in other non-Christian religions. The idea of expelling evil spirits from a person is found in most major world religions. Hinduism refers to using mantras for exorcism. In Islam, exorcisms are the means by which people are healed from the damage evil spirits have done. Judaism also includes the practice of exorcism. Christianity's teaching about exorcism is the most comprehensive and systematic treatment of exorcism among the world's major religions. Famous exorcism cases. Michael Taylor. Michael Taylor and his wife Christine lived in a small town in Great Britain called Ossett. The couple were very religious and had joined a Christian prayer group led by Marie Robinson. At one meeting in 1974, Christine Taylor accused her husband, Ann Robinson, of having an affair, which both people hotly denied. Michael Taylor then spewed obscenities and began acting extremely erratic and out of character, leading witnesses to think he seemed possessed by evil. After months of crazy behavior, Taylor eventually consulted with clergy who performed an exorcism. The exorcism lasted for well over 24 hours, and the priests involved claimed to have removed 40 demons from the man's body. However, before he left, the priests warned him that the demon of murder remained dormant in his soul. As soon as Taylor arrived home, he brutally murdered his wife and their dog. He was later found wandering the streets, covered in blood. At his trial, he was acquitted by reason of insanity. Annalise Michael. 16-year-old Annalise Michael had a history of epilepsy and mental illness for which she had often been treated at a psychological hospital. However, in 1973, Annalise became suicidal, spurned all religious artifacts, drank her own urine, and began to hear voices. Medicine did nothing to help the girl, who begged her family to bring in a priest because she believed that she was possessed by demons. Though her request was rejected, 2 local priests secretly began treating her with exorcism rites. Meanwhile, her parents stopped treating her epilepsy and mental disorders. She was dead within a year. Annalise Michael had almost 70 exorcisms performed on her over the course of 10 months. She refused to eat and often talked of dying as a martyr. Annalise Michael died from emaciation and starvation. Consequently, her parents and the priests responsible were charged with negligent homicide. Robbie Mannheim, also known as Roland Doe. The tale of 14-year-old Roland Doe is one of the most notorious stories and was made into a blockbuster Hollywood hit, The Exorcist. This is the pseudonym given by priests to protect the boy's identity. In the 1940s, Doe's aunt encouraged him to use a Ouija board and after her death, he took her advice. Many speculate that when attempting to contact her, the door was open for demons who wished to possess him. Taken to a psychiatric ward, what followed for the priests and Robbie were 6 harrowing weeks of constant torment. Robbie continually hurled hatred and sexual insinuations at the priest, spoke in a guttural voice, and responded with violence. His flesh erupted in scratches, with the priest claiming to see words like evil and hello etched out on his skin before their eyes. Eventually, the exhausted priests decided to baptize Robbie and force him to eat a communion wafer, so the Catholic Church would have more power over him. When they attempted this, he reportedly threw one of the priests across the room. Still, they were able to somehow slip a communion wafer into his mouth without getting a finger bitten off. The next few days showed no improvement, but one day Robbie sat up and said, "Satan, Satan, I am Saint Michael, and I command you, Satan, and the other evil spirits to leave the body now." After that, he slowly regained his life, got married, had children, and is still living a quiet life, devoid of any demonic presence. Christianity has historically taught that Satan roams about the world attempting to harm, harass, and destroy humans. Perhaps because of the Christian belief that Satan is a created being, a fallen angel who is incapable of being in more than one place at one time. Satan was viewed as being in control of hordes of demons who were largely responsible for performing evil acts.